Evening, everyone. This is your co-host, Agent Orange, also known as Nathan Grant. Mr. Patton here on the other side, taking a little step aside, asked me to do the intro tonight. We are coming to you live from Bristol, Tennessee. How you doing tonight, Mr. Patton?
I am doing all right. Just making sure that everything was okay with the stream. Last time that I had the stream go live, it was yeah, let's be real, kind of a scuffed intro, making sure that everything was all good to go. So that's basically why I did that. So Nathan, thank you so much for leading us off for tonight. But yes, we are at Bristol tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is either a godsend for some or a detriment to others. Now, Bristol is like I said, a love it or you hate it. You love the tight racing, the compact corners, but you also don't like how basically there's gonna be some contact. It's one of those that's incredibly hard to pass cleanly. I mean, Nathan, from the driver's perspective, you can imagine that there's going to be a lot of comers and goers here in this race. What is your mindset like as you approach a I forgot to even set the lobby back. So, to a 250 lapper of Bristol.
I think the biggest thing is let it go. Just it it's gonna contact's gonna happen. Just let it go. Get back. Regroup. Get back to them, and see if you can just pass them better than they were able to pass you. It's a long race. No guaranteed cautions because there's no stages tonight. So yeah, patience. It's all about patience.
Well, that is going to be a big thing here as we. Um, oh, my bad. Of course, I'm also messaging the wrong PSN group um, about the race timer. So yeah, Bristol is a lot of um, a lot of fun for some. In fact, actually, one of the drivers that keeps popping in and out right there, I think he may have accidentally backed off because he wanted to get a new scheme in that number 14 Ford Mustang is a Mo Power Cat. Now we all know. I guess this is one of the stories that Bristol is one of his best tracks. However, he has come up short in every single venue of the times that we come here in a cup car, finishing second to a RS Meat Wagon. But however, as I go through the driver roster for tonight, we're gonna have 10 drivers for tonight, much like what we had last week. You're not seeing an RS Meat Wagon in the field. And could this be the night? I guess we'll have to see. But also, could there be an maybe a unlikely hero amongst these ranks? Nathan, who do you have your eyes on?
Cyber's always a good pick. All he's it seems like he gets the pole every week, but he's someone I'd keep my eye on. And if I heard you correctly, I think you said Mo Power. So I'd keep my eye on those two. Mo Power's got a little more work to do coming back up through the field because he's gonna have to start in the rear. But I think he can give Cyber a run for his money.
Well, like I said, we have seen that Cyber is on pole, and he has been just notching those poles. That's definitely a good momentum boost to him. Of course, we saw the pace that he had last week in Indy. However, he was not able to get the finish because of a bad strategy. However, one driver that did have a good race at Indy and almost took the entire event was Packers. He's starting P3. There's a different set of agendas here, and we're going to go into the whole point situation as we move on here. Now, just a quick tidy up here. Number 17, this is Tansby Vegas, just under a different name, so it's Liam. His actual name is Liam, so that's why this is not a new driver. This is actually him, so just a bit of tidying up right there. But yeah, to kind of go through the list here, T-Bird also starting on the front row. Ideally, now Nathan, the start is really weird. Bristol being a high side track, do you want to start on the bottom or top for the initial run?
I like to start on the top always, but can make it work on the bottom.
Well, I mean, you see that we have a definite. I mean, I feel like you have a good jump. Let's just say of making the giddy up and the initial start. However, one thing I'm seeing as well is we have a certain well, looks to me it is another driver that is
BD
backing out of
lagged
this
out.
race. BD lagged out. Well, that sucks. Well, that is unfortunate. I guess we're down to 9 drivers. So, with that, I guess the that makes UK's and as well BS who is in the rear as well job a little bit easier. There's only going to be 9 drivers here for 250 laps here, which means there is a lot of strategy up on the line here. Cyber, of course, like I said, on that inside, but you can see that number 96 has the preferred groove, and he's just going to take the spot right out from the get-go. So that is going to be good news for him to kind of get the clean air. But going on through the rest of this field, you can see that still side by side, there's going to be a lot of big moves. And like I said, Bristol, such a very hard track to pass cleanly. And just right there, Kalen just coming on down off of turn 2. No fault of his own. Sometimes the car just snaps a little bit loose. I mean, contact is bound to happen.
That's one thing that makes Mopower so good at this track is he is actually prefers the bottom.
Well, I
And
mean,
somehow makes it work.
well, one of those things is definitely, I mean, having the ability to put your car where everyone else isn't is both a good thing and a bad thing. Now, the reason why, and I don't want to give away trade secrets here, but I definitely would have to say preset choice definitely helps out in terms of getting a big boost when it comes to working that bottom. Now we're seeing on board from this number 17 machine about how the 14 is indeed really trying to work underneath that vehicle. All 9 drivers still basically within a good pack of each other shows the parity of this entire field. Of course, we have BD joining us in the chat right there. Yes, I'm also seeing numerous people messaging me about that. Super unfortunate, but since you did put in a qualifying lap, we'll just be getting last place points. So it's one of those things, but it sucks that you won't be able to join us for the full race. But 10th place points is still better than none. I mean, I don't know, Nathan. How about you? I mean, especially as we get to think of it like this. After this race, there's only 2 more races left in the season. With that, getting those points just may make or break getting into the top 10.
Yeah.
Oh, big
Kalen.
move! That was, of course, you can see that the 18 of Kalen, and of course, nothing like that. We were just saying that he may be running a bit of a looser preset. All of these guys are going to be, be loose right here. But having oh man, just the amount of, I mean, I guess the preset choice and how high do you want to take that preset is going to be big. But with that, that number 18 definitely looking to be pretty loose as a 14 does the slide job right there. And with that, number 20. Oh, sorry, yeah, the 22 of Cade is definitely looking right there. I was actually watching the 17 just kind of be a little bit laggy McGee back here, but, you know, that's nothing new. The 6 of Packers trying to get a good run right here on that number 22. They're both running the bottom, which I find very interesting. You sort of think that at least one would try to the high side, and that's just going to allow the 14 of Mopower Cat just to allow the pass quick and easy. I mean, basically, the space was given. I mean, he didn't need a second invitation. So with that, everyone still within a nice line right there. But but the 22 kind of gets tight coming off of 2, and that closes the door quick, fast, in a hurry. 96 has led every single lap so far, but, I mean, yeah. Nathan, how's the car feel right now?
Feels all right, honestly. Uh, Bristol's one of those tracks that I personally, I don't make a whole lot of changes from the stock preset.
Mm. Well, I mean, definitely it is one of those things that you can definitely have a big to do on. I mean, whether or not you want to make it tighter in the corners, uh, make it tight in the corners, or maybe even looser on off in the exit. But you know, it's one of those things that it all comes. Ooh, but 14 claps the wall right there. That you may find may make or break your race right here. Anyway, so let's go on board with this 22 right here. He was messaging me before the race, saying that he was one of those drivers that is encountering a lot of tightness when it comes to his race car. I know he is very much in the court of basically loving this track but hates it at the same time. So this number 22 here of Cade, just trying to find his rhythm, kind of running the middle. Now, there is 3 different lanes that you can hypothetically run around here. There's the top side, which is we're seeing a majority of the guys run. We're seeing the middle, which is basically the where the 22 was right there. But you also see the bottom, which is where the 14 was initially the entire time, or the beginning part of the run. So with that, I don't know. We have different agendas, I guess we can call it, to try to see how the cars react here. The 14, though, gets the pass done on that number 24. That is his teammate coming from the rear, already moving forward. The 96, though, definitely getting in the work right here. He's not going to make that pass easy for the 14. The 14 is going to get the run off the corner, and now it's going to be forced to go to the bottom side. The 14 has been pointing his car in the top side, so making the pass on the bottom is definitely going to be a lot of work, but I guess it really helps when the 96 kind of scrapes the wall, but getting a little bit of contact between him and the 96 and the 24 definitely does not help right there, as I thought I saw a car spin in the front, but evidently not. Alright, never mind. Alright, but everyone's still holding it together. 14 now takes the lead. Now, what can happen here? That's going to be the biggest thing. We all noticed that this was going to be one of the big things that come into the... Ooh, well, I guess speaking of getting loose. Ooh, Nathan! And we were on board with that, so I guess maybe not so much commentator's curse, but camera curse, I guess we should say. Getting loose off of turn 4. Is it as handful as it looks right now?
I crossed that seam just barely.
Ah.
You know, that's a big no-no.
Well, yeah, especially. I mean, the way I describe those seams is essentially like a... I mean, think of it like... you would know. Like Iowa. You know, you have those seams right there, and definitely not having a good run right there. Like Iowa, you definitely don't want to cross those seams when it's so rough. I mean, they're so abrasive. It doesn't look like anything. Like on track, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like anything. But having actually running through it, there's a jagged piece of equipment that is running over that seam that transitions from the top and the bottom. So yeah. Thank you all so much for coming on out and watching right here. We have how many laps are currently up on the docket so far?
Just a second.
Well, just what lap are you on right here?
I'm on lap 30.
Ooh, dang! That means we are already just flying through this race. We are coming up on just already fifth way through this race, but what I'm noticing is that the very little fall off between everyone in the field. Everyone's still basically on the front stretch. No one's really falling off the pace that much. And yeah, people are starting to get a little squirrely, but that's the beauty of Bristol. You see the six of Packers going on down, um, to the bottom, trying to make make a move on the 18, but unfortunately, not really much to be had right there. The 24 is still trying to get past his number 96, and I wonder when that patience is going to wane right here. But I don't know. That is going to be a big question mark. By the way, I should mention, because I am getting message about why we didn't back out for BD. Well, first of all, the rule that we did was a big Discord call back in Season 0. So all of us was in a big group chat. We could easily vote on who... 22 getting big time loose. The 18 is going to come back up the track, smack the wall a little bit. That's just a racing incident. 22 got loose. The 18... basically went to defend his position. The 18 is going to get the spot. Ooh, big, but he gets loose in the long run. So basically at that point, now it's time to back on out. But that could be our first caution of the race right there. And with the 18 and the 6. No caution? No caution. Oh, the 18 and the 6. Super unfortunate right there. But yeah, we don't have a Discord call. So unfortunately, I can't be like, hey, yeah. Stop what you guys are doing. Let's vote back on out. No, that's not how it works. Anywho, so yeah, now that we've discovered how and why that doesn't work, let's move on with our lives. So Nathan, unfortunately, you went lap down right there, but you probably overheard the 6 in the 18 go and spin. So if you could enlighten me on what the gap is between him or whoever is in P8 for you.
They're about 5 seconds ahead.
5 seconds ahead. All right, so they're going to be coming up on you. In fact, I'm going to be on board. Oh yeah, there it is. I see from on board with the 14 POV. That we have a battle raging for the for 7th and 8th right here, or sorry, P6 and P7. The 6 of Packers and the 20 of BS. The 20 of BS having a little bit of lag issues, but nothing too crazy. Both of these cars looking eerily similar. Actually, it's really weird how both of these guys decided that, you know what, the color coordination of red and white is definitely on par. But yeah, that is definitely one of those things that, very weird that people just kind of show up to the prom night saying, you know what, I'm going to wear the same thing you are. Kalen about to make a move on the 17. 17 of Liam, of course, being nickname of Laggy Liam, definitely making it pronounced right there, kind of bobbing back and forth. But as long as the 18 just keeps his wits about him, he should be able to make that pass quick, fast, and in a hurry. Battle's still raging on with the 20 and the 6. Not really much to be said about that. Looks like the 14 is not really making too much ground. At least based on where I'm seeing the 14 in correlation to the other competitors coming up here. I mean, it's one of those things that definitely you can't quite can't really rely on lap traffic to kind of save you from that. But right here, the battle for P2 is still raging. Oh, Packers wrecked again. That is super unfortunate. So I wonder what happened with him and BS. Oh, maybe. Well, no. It looks like they both got into it because the 17 Liam, or maybe it was something involving the 18 and the 17 because it looks like 17 of Liam went back there as well. I don't know. Ooh, the 96 and the 24 slapping the outside of the turn 4 wall, but that 24 cannot get it done. Here's the 18 of Kalen. I wonder what happened between him and the 17 because the 17 is nowhere to be found. And yeah. I love the engine D revs, Nathan. Have you ever watched onboards of people lagging?
No.
It's like literally the engine revs and D revs.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like actually insane.
Fun.
Like let's listen on board with Liam right here, and just listen to the sweet sounds of. Oh yeah, look at that. Listen to that. If that ain't a crank it up, I don't know what is.
Oh, are you referring to when it's like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. 17 though looks extremely loose, by the way. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell exactly where he is because of the lag, but we can confirm that at least he's firing on all cylinders. I'll say that. So one thing I'm noticing here is that the 22 of Cade is really stout right now. He is just a little bit off the pace. Oh, Nathan, you're pitting right now. I'll need to do something different.
Yeah.
Hey, got to fix that car, man. Try to maybe getting that setup in early will maybe bring other people on the pit road. I don't know. No one quite wants to pit this early. It's a huge gamble. In IndyCar, it's called the danger zone. Basically, if a caution comes out, suddenly you're trapped a lap down, or worse. But on the flip side, if the cycle goes on through, then you could be sitting really, really well in terms of track position. We are coming up on, lap 60?
Yep.
All right, well, actually coming out clutch with my lap counts right here. We have a... let's continue on with what I was talking about with the 22 of Cade, though. The 22 of Cade looking very stout. He has not left maybe about half a second to the battle from P2 right here, which is still going on, by the way. The 96 and the 24 have just been glued to each other the entire run. And actually, it looks like right now the 24 is really starting to feel the effects of that long run. I mean, dare I say that I have not seen the 22 get loose. I've seen him get tight, but I haven't seen him get loose in this run so far. So that could be a big question mark as to where this pace truly lies. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to doubt how the 22 can go and get it done. He has won here before in other series. We've only been here one other time in terms of the main Saturday Cup series, or I guess two other times, really, technically. But one time in the main numerical seasons. All things considering here, we have a good battle for P2 right there. Now, if I'm UK and I'm seeing the 17, yep, right there. Oh, okay. Liam doing a very tip of the hat to him and just kind of getting out of the way, knowing that he is lagging. But yeah, that is why. I would be doing at least pissing my pants if I see a rubber banding 17 in front of me right here. But yeah, going just surfing through the field. The main battle is the 96 and the 24, but it looks like P5 is actually the 18 of Kalen, with P6 being the 20 of BS, P7 belonging to Liam, correct, Nathan? And then you're P9?
I'm P9.
P9. So wait, who's PA then? Liam? Packers, that's right. Okay. My bad. So Packers is right here, and that's technically 2 laps ahead of you, just for...
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. But just to kind of give you, everyone watching a different, or I guess a perspective on old versus new tires. The 19 is on new tires, and the 6 is on old tires. You can see that the 6 of Packers is running the old Bristol line. Ooh, but I don't think he quite knew you were there, or at least going to be there on corner exit right there. The 6 tried to close the door, but was not quite successful in doing so. And now the 6 is going to find himself in a little bit of a pickle here because, well, I guess I think he actually gained a spot on Liam right there. So that's good news for him. So one man's trash, another's treasure, right?
Sure.
So I guess, hey, that's a spot. But yeah, I guess that just shows how the new tires can affect everything right here. Now, if I'm the 24 Cyber, I'm getting a little upset on the 96. 96 of T-Bird's doing everything he can to maintain P2 right here. I think it may finally get done right here, but that just shows how equal these two are in terms of raw pace. But one thing I may not quite notice is the 22 is now being brought into this battle right here. With them kind of going side by side, the 22 is actually being inching closer and closer to a P2, or maybe even, or a P3, or even a P2. Wallbang for good measure. The 22 is still right there. That's keeping the 24 honest, and the 24 is keeping the 96 honest. Now, the 96 of T-Bird has one of the hardest positions on track right here. There's no one in front of him, and what I love is the metaphor of the horse chasing a carrot. Nathan, have you heard that metaphor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, exactly. For anyone that doesn't know, essentially it means, so like, you have a horse. In this particular case, the 24 is that horse. So you have the carrot, meaning you have a visual reminder of where you should be at, where your lap times are at, and where you need to make up time. So that's the 96. The 96 is running low. You can see that he's really loose on corner exit, so the 24 can go and just basically, as long as he has a good exit, he can go and get this spot from the 96. However, the 96 doesn't have that visual reminder. In fact, actually, yeah, well,
oh, he spun.
Yeah, he spun right there. So looks like he got a little bit too trigger happy in corner exit right there. And so, yeah, that's what happens. It's that discipline as well. So all of that. Now, imagine this, Nathan. Imagine this. Over 75 laps of battling for P2. And after all of that, you just get handed it because, yeah, just... I'm just like, I would be like, really? This couldn't have happened like lap 5? So, we should be coming up on pit stops here soon for the main drivers here. Could you actually let me know on how many... Oh, the 20 is actually going to speed... maybe speed? I don't know. Looks like he slid going into pit stops. Green flag pit stops are happening here in Bristol here. The 20 is going to be the first one to come on down. The 24 next. Now, this is going to be great news. The 17 of... Oh, the 22 being... ooh, that is a great entry right there on pit road. The 96 probably had a little bit better entry. The 17, though, not so much. In fact, that's the wrong pit lane. The 14 coming on down to hit his box right here. Meanwhile, Nathan, I'm going to be... Here's the big question mark. Tell me where you come on out at, because, of course, you're going to have fresh rubber around you, but you're going to gain a heck of a lot of track position. So
Yeah.
I'm actually curious.
Okay.
So let's see. So here's the 14 of UK. You can see the 22 go and leave his box. The 96 right behind him as well. The camera was not bearing with me right here. There's the 14 going and coming out of pit road. And
I net 2 spots, which isn't as much as what you probably would have thought.
hey, they add up here because of how long this race is. So, what lap are we on right now?
88.
88. Okay, so let's think of it like this. So Packers just now hit his box. Okay, where is he at? I just saw him. There he is. So wonderful camera shot. So that's 88. This is a 250 lapper. So 88 times 2. That's 176. Basically, this is a 2-stop. No ifs, ands, or buts. Packers, though, is going to have the freshest tires in the field. Now, whether or not that's going to make a difference, that's the rub. I don't know. We're going to have to find out now here. Now, the 20 car passes you for P7.
Yes, but I passed Packers. So Packers
Okay.
is almost a whole lap behind me.
Well, that is because he spun twice. Now that he's finally in clean air, we're going to see what that number 6 car can really do. Now that he doesn't have a bunch of lap track in front of him. Now, here's the thing I've noticed. A certain 22 is in P2 and really, really close to the leader. That number 22 is looking pretty strong. I am just saying that right now. The 14 of UK does appear to be the fastest car on the field, but we also expected that. The 24, I don't know if it was pit entry or pit exit, but he lost time somewhere because the 22 pit a lap later and was able to knock out a better in and out lap than the 24, and that moves him up in the P2. In fact, you're going to be seeing this number 22 here in your rearview mirror here.
I see my.
I see him already. Of course, like I said, this is one of those tracks that either you love it or you hate it. There's almost no in between, except if you're Cade. He loves it and hates it at the same time. Cyber is another one of those drivers that he loves it, but he hates it at the same time. He loves how it races. He loves the feel. Oh!
God.
Well,
I was trying to get out of the way of the leaders.
Well, Kevin LePage in the field over here.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that actually did almost nothing to Cyber. So, in fact, if anything, it probably lost him maybe 2/10, and that's not even that's it. But that's the danger of Bristol. So we have
how, like, sometimes it's harder to go slow or get out of the way than it is to just go.
Well, yeah, especially like so. It's really hard, especially when. Hello. Okay, that was you getting out of the way. So was that pass for position right there with Liam?
Nope.
Okay, so he's a lap down behind you. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So he is okay, so that's P8, P9 is Packers, and that's a whole lap behind. Gotcha. Alright, so now I have the full running order. I can do that here in a second. But yeah, no, sometimes just when you get off the throttle, it just goes in one direction. I mean, we've seen that before. Martinsville, I hate that track especially because it does that. When you get off the throttle and get onto the brake, it just snaps. Or Phoenix. Phoenix is another track that it does that at.
Yeah.
But, okay, so let's kind of go through the field at the moment. So this number 14 here. And actually, now that I can actually talk for a hot second about the points, I feel like I brought that up in the pre-race, but I just never brought it up. So let's find out here. So I'm pulling that up right now. UK and Cyber are the top 2 in points right here. So we're on board with our race leader and also point leader. However, he is also locked into the next season in Cup. So he almost has nothing to worry about. Almost. Of course, there's still a title on the line here. So he wants to go and get his, and I say this, 21st championship on this game. We've been playing this game for so long, 2 years now, that he's collected 20 championships in a 2 year time. That is insane. So, yeah, UK is looking for 21 here. The number 22, however, has something to say about that. He has well, I mean, he has one win so far in the season and a multitude of top fives to add to his name. But this number 22 here in P2 is looking pretty strong. He has been on the power rankings for the past couple weeks now, making up some great, great points on the rest of his competition. At one point being out of the top 10 to now being P6 in the championship. And actually probably will maybe collect a couple more spots depending on where Kalen and Packers finish. But we'll have to see after the race ends. But yeah, this number 22, though, just looking for a solid run at one of his favorite tracks in all of in-real NASCAR and sim NASCAR. Let's move on to the number 24. That is the Mopao teammate of Cyber. Cyber is, of course, our Season 0 champion. However, he's had a very weird season, to say the least. Cyber has, I shouldn't say played second fiddle to UK, but it seems like every other race, they swap whoever's in front. So, like, just last week, for example, Cyber has the perfect race. He was dominating Indy. However, I don't know if the memo got to him too late, or if he just realized that it was a little bit too late to start saving. Ended up finishing P6. Because of that, he's still P2 in the title, and he does have a win in this Saturday season here at Canadian Tire. I mean, credit where credit's due. Getting a win on Saturdays is a big feat. But at this moment, in this juncture, he's just coming up a little bit short. But still, a P3 is fantastic for this gentleman. And actually looking for P2 right there as a 22 seems to be fading a little bit in the long run. The number 96 here at T-Bird, oh man, he just wanted to be invited to an exhibition race. T-Bird is sitting P4 in the race, but currently P3 in the standings. This number 96 machine finally got the pole that he so desperately wanted, and he will be invited to the Season 2 Clash by getting the pole at Canadian Tire. So, credit, like I said, credit where credit's due. He just wanted to be invited to one of the exhibition races on the game and in the series, and he finally did it. So, this number is 96 of T-Bird has been stout this entire season. It has been his best season in Saturday Cup to date. Now, of course, that this is technically only season 1 of the Cup Series, not including the fun seasons. So that is a big accomplishment in our year of operation. P5 belongs to this number 18 of Kalen. Kalen, of course, we saw a little bit of spin action, looking like a Beyblade out here. But this number 18 has had a tale of, well, I guess, of a busy season. And not so much from the actual racing itself, but from his personal life. Of course, he's a busy man. He has not had the time, unfortunately, to dedicate as much to racing online as he has. So we thank him so much for putting his busy schedule ahead of to just get some laps and just turn some laps. So this number 18 currently sitting PA in the championship, but a lot of points above the cut. So he is looking pretty good in terms of making it to Season 2. Kalen, very good in P5. P6 belongs to BS14 cars. BS was one of those drivers that dipped ever so slow, well, not too long ago, shortly ago, below the top 10 in the standings. Currently, he is P9 with 205 above the cut line. So this number 20 car also has had very good success so far in this season. This number 20 has collected a couple podiums to his name in this season, 2 of them to be exact. So Of course, both times I have not been able to interview him, which is the running joke that every time he gets a podium, he can't actually do the interview. So yeah, this number 20 car, look on out for him as looks like he is. I'm actually looking at where he is in conjunction. Looks like about half a track behind P5. So look on out for him as he is going to go and maybe collect another position. Uh, All right, there we go. Oh,
Oh,
whoa, whoa!
caution.
Caution. What the heck happened there? Okay, I guess we'll have to continue through the field here in a second. What happened there, Nathan?
I came off 4, and the 17 and the 6 were just sitting still in this
Ooh, the 20 is still
track.
sideways as well. Oh, but oh, he's back. Well, we do know Liam was lagging, but I mean, oh well. I wonder if that had a cause of it. Now, this is going to shake up the running order here. Who got the lucky dog?
BS.
BS. So that is P6 right there. So there's going to be 6 cars on the lead lap. And how many are multiple laps now?
Packers and I are both 2, and then Liam was 3.
Copy that. So that's going to change up the running order a little bit. So, but here's the real question mark. Can everyone make it to the end right now?
No.
No. Okay, so we will be seeing one more pit stop here. But yeah, that puts a little bit of, I guess, not so much encouragement, but knowing that you don't have to save anything, that is probably the best thing that we can have for these guys. Now, the biggest thing that we have here is a battle for the lead here. The 22 is looking pretty stout here on that high side. Look at him go. Cade, like I said, look at Cade actually going on out and showing, hey, Mr. 20 time over here, I can go get this race done as well, and goes and gets 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Look at this number 22 go. Now, crucially though, the 14 is still on the bottom. The 96 actually, well, no, I guess never mind. I was about to say, kind of like at real life Martinsville, you don't want to be on the bottom. You want to be on the, or I guess, well, vice versa. You don't want to be on the opposite lane that the favorite is on. So essentially, the outside here, you want to be always on the outside. So that is why we've been seeing multiple times that the outside has had a better restart, because if you can't clear your competition going into turn 1 on the restart, oh, then you're in for a rough time there, bud. But, kind of looking at it right now, it looks to be a big case of long run versus short one. The 20 goes spinning in the background. Oh, okay, there he goes. He's back on it. So it looks like he got a little bit loose on the long run. And my goodness, that is another lagger right there. But he is now half a track behind. Unfortunate for that 20 car. But going and through that field, the 22 is now starting to stretch his legs a little bit. I was about to say spread a little bit of a gap between himself and the 14, but the 14 is keeping him honest. Now, I want to be a fly on the wall in that group chat right there. Whatever group chat that he's in, I want to hear what Cade is saying right there. And so, rewind for a second. Nathan, help me out here. Help me understand. Why do you think Packers is running the bottom like that?
I honestly don't know.
Is there something I don't know? I mean, it looks like he's running maybe the middle to the bottom, which is a lane. Don't get me wrong. It's a very interesting choice. I'll say that. I was just purely curious, as like maybe if you knew something I didn't.
He's making it hard for me to pass him.
Well, I guess that is a partial reason right there. It makes it incredibly hard for the person behind to pass. Because you can see everyone in front of them is basically running the same lane. The 24 getting, big tight right there. But that's going to allow the 18 of Cannon to go below him. Try to snag a spot right there. By running that lane, Packers is making it extremely difficult for people to pass him, or to kind of also allows him to kind of maneuver wherever he wants to. So if coming up on right there, well, I guess unless you get to the outside, well, then it's just game over. Speaking of trying to get to the high side, that's what the 14 of UK is trying to do, giving the 22 a little bit of a Dale Earnhardt tap right there. That's tap number 1, and the 22 has to realize that allowing him to get to the outside is almost game over. But you have to sort of think of it in the long run here. You know what? Let him go. I can catch him in the long run. The race is not over, and it looks like right there you probably just let him go. You know, kind of goose the throttle a little bit. Yep, right there, and he's just going to kind of fall in line. But again, the 96 and 24 are nose in stern. How long do you think? Do you think they're sick of each other yet?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Nathan, I've had it before. You've had it before in this season. Who do you think you just find yourself plastered to? Like, no matter what happens, you always find yourself racing this one driver.
Kalen, BD. The first two that come to mind.
Well, definitely. It seems like, to me, you and BD especially have just been plastered to each other in terms of points, meaning you guys have been finishing almost like next door to each other. So, yeah, I can definitely see that as well. Kalen as well, especially in the support series of ERA, you two have been one of the classes of the field from there. So you two always find each other there as well. So I totally get that. But one thing I'm definitely seeing now is a bit of a separation between P1 and P2. Okay, that's fair. But then also P2 to P3. Now, it looks like to me, I'm trying to go on board with them. There he is. The 96 of T-Bird is really doing everything he can. He's running that exact middle line, making it extremely hard for the car behind to pass. Extremely hard. Because you can't really go low, I mean, because there's really no pace down there, and you can't really go high because you can just slam the door shut. So that's gonna, I can definitely see why Cyber's having a lot of issues trying to pass him. But right behind is the 18 of Kalen saying, you know what, I want a little piece of that. But yeah, no, this 22 though has been so impressive tonight. I think right now he's just kind of in just ride mode right now. Just try to focus on just hitting his marks. Not so much worrying about the 14 in front of him, and not so much even the cars behind. Just make sure to hit those marks, because we saw that he was just as good as them in the long run. And as long as we can hit that, again, that long run stride, we'll see what we can do, especially when we see another round of green flag stops. Now, Nathan, when should we expect those stops, roughly?
We have 99 laps to go, so I mean, they could start in 20 laps, or they could start in 80 laps, depending on how people play it out.
Now, okay, now here's a strategy here. Now, I know it's definitely possible. Ooh, big move by the 18 to try to go below the 24. The 24 gassed it on up in 1 and 2 to try to get to the outside of the 96. Nothing to be said right there. The 18 is doing a good job holding it down low, knowing when to get on the throttle and when to just kind of know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? At least that's how the song goes. But yeah, number 18 of Caleb, oh, as the 24 slaps the wall right there. That's going to be a good opportunity for the 18 to go on by, but not on this particular occasion. To kind of finish up my thought about pitting under green, I would have to expect that there will be some people that, depending on tire life, can maybe, and let me know what you think about this. Maybe do a no tire stop, or maybe even a 2 tire, or do you think we're going to exclusively see 4 tire stops?
I guess it depends on how big your cojones are.
I guess, right? Well, I know that there are some people in the field that are complaining about right fronts, all right? not that big of a deal. We've seen that before. Right fronts typically are one of the tires that wear the most, that in conjunction with the right rear. But that's also the second thing, is that the right rear on some of these, depending on your preset choice and your adjustments, have been really, really getting mad at you. Sometimes you like literally to the point where in the corners, you can hear the tire screaming based on how hard you're turning and how hard you're pushing. So that's one thing I'm going to be very curious about, because as we're getting into this final third of this race, having a big question mark as to what do you do for strategy. Without the knowledge of well, actually, maybe I can see if Kalen's streaming. Maybe I can kind of gauge what these guys are doing. As the 96 slaps the wall, that's going to open up the door for the 24 right here. Oh, that number 96, again, just being totally under fire. That's actually going to open up the door for the 22 kind of really extend, but, oh, the 24, it makes contact with the 96. That's Bristol, baby, and the 18 gets to the outside of the 24. Is that going to be spot made? No, the 24 slams the door shut. Wow. Oh, wow, he is streaming. Okay, so 86 laps to go here. Let's see how this is going to roll here. All right, so had I would have known that, I would kind of been gauging tire life from the get-go. So we're going to see, because right now, Kalen is just, looks like at the running, looking at the running order right now. UK has checked out from this field, by the way. He is a solid straightaway in front of all of these guys. In fact, there he is, and there is our P2. However, that doesn't mean that the race is on. All it takes is one pit road speeding penalty. Ooh, the 22 gets really loose, but he saves it. A little bit of wall bang, you know, not a big deal. Got to get that car righted. He just has to basically just turn off that mirror and just focus. Just hit those marks. And the 22, though. So, yeah, here's the bow for P2, P3, P4, P5 back here. The 18 actually finally, well, I guess I would say gets the spot done, but the 24 is still right there. The 96 trying to look low. Nothing to be quite done quite yet on that. However, we have a... Oh, never mind. As I said, that the 96 does look low, but the 22 has the preferred line. I know that I was talking about strategy and when we should expect people down pit road, but this is a battle right here. This is a war zone right here. P2, basically all the way through the top 5 is what we're looking at right here. And I guess, Nathan, you're probably right, depending on how aggressive you want to go. 44 laps remain, and I'm seeing 68 and 67% on Kalen's rights. Oh, that's going to be 30 laps left in the race. Oh, I don't know. I think we're going to be seeing 4 tire stops, and at that point, shoot, I'd be thinking about coming on down rather quickly. Oh, the 96 is going to get loose. We're going to be seeing 3 wide. The 96 goes and spins in the 6. The 6 goes and spins on the front. Is that going to be a caution? Yes, it is. Well, never mind on green flag stops, because basically here we are. So, well, never mind then. Packers, I'm seeing right here, is in a bit of a pickle. He's the only car a lap down, but right now he will have 2 laps on P8. So essentially, even if we go caution free, he has at least P7 locked up. So that's good news for him. So Cade made the move on UK here in the opening lap. Can he do it again? We're going to be on board with this number 22 here. Looks like the 20 did not get going. Oh, the 20 did not get going at all. And that is a big lag moment, and that will be... Ooh, well, that's not good. Oh, that's... Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's the game's way of saying that, you know what, I guess it's time to Let it go. Maybe tonight's not your night. 96 goes and gets loose again. That's going to allow the 24 to that's going to allow the 24 to get to the high side and actually now go and get it. Go and get a little bit of run right here. The 20. What happens to the 20? What happened? Oh, he spun coming off of that. So that is definitely at least 2 lag points. Oh my God! What the heck happened there?
That was some kind of lag spike.
Well, we seen the 96 lag spike right there, and that just happened right there. Packers gets back on the lead lap.
I'm not gonna lie, that scared the piss out of me.
Well, I can imagine. Dang. I was looking at my phone for a second, and all of a sudden I look up, and I'm just like, whoa, what the hell? So Packers gets back on the lead lap. That is probably the best news that he's had all day. What an up and down race for him, might I add. Being up, down, turned around several times. He started the race in P3, now currently in P7, but is back on the lead lap. What a weird race for him.
Now the 20's in front.
Oh, and he just gets out of the way.
He pulled over.
Knowing that one more and he is done, so that is why. Kalen, though, interestingly enough, takes the lead right there. Oh, but we're going 3 wide off of turn 4. And the 22 knows that this is time to shine right here. I wonder if the 18 took 2 tires. Oh, but that may spell disaster in the long run right here. I don't know if it will or not. But we're going to be seeing how he holds on. Now the 24 is going to try to get around him. The 14 and the 22 both did a great job to get around as quickly as he could, or as they could, I should say. Now, what can the 24 do? The 96 is back up here in that, well, never mind. The 18 definitely feeling the effects of 2 tires on that, and the 24 slams that door shut, and that 18, oh, wow, I'm seeing that replay right there from Kalen's stream. That door was literally slammed shut. Now, hitting the wall, now it's going to be up to the 96 to go and get the spot right there. Seeing what they can do. The 22 now is in a little bit of a weird spot. So, split in the middle of a Mopowa sandwich right here. The 22 has shown to not have the best of short run speeds, but comes alive in the extreme long run. I don't know what the 22 can really do. Essentially we're just hoping for a no more cautions. That's probably what help on out. But I mean, I guess we're gonna find out now. We're gonna take a quick second. Let's go on board with our leader for a hot second. I'll be right back.
Through a lap real quick. Everyone has this misconception that Bristol is actually symmetrical. Turn 1 and 2 are actually a little bit tighter as far as circumference than turns 3 and 4. So you can't run them both the same way as far as at what point in the turns you let off and pick up. So turn 3 right here, I actually pick up. It almost feels like 2/3 of the way through the corner and try and get a long launch down the front stretch. But here, we'll pick up till about halfway and try and get that run down the back stretch. Now, long run here in 3 and 4, you can kind of diamond the corner and start up high and then launch down low to get a straight launch down the straightaway. It's kind of like this. Just just to kind of put the least amount of side load on the tires, kind of dive them down, things like that. It's risky to try and do that because when you cross those seams, as you saw earlier when Pat was on the road, it's risky to do it because you get super loose crossing that seam. But if you can do it right, you can get a great launch
there. So yeah, with that, well, thank you so much for taking us through a lap right there. Yeah, it's actually funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, Bristol is not a perfect oval. It literally is a very. It's like, think of it like a mini Darlington, very egg-shaped, with turns 1 and 2 being tighter than 3 and 4. But one thing I'm definitely noticing here is that 18 is not feeling the best right there on the old tires. Don't get me wrong, I understand the thought process behind 2 tires, but we're seeing what happens here. I mean, on the long runs. 2 tires is definitely
really upset his car because he's been faster than me all night, and I'm just trying to stay out of these guys' way, and I'm keeping up with them, and I didn't pit at all. I didn't even take 2 tires.
Yeah, right. Well, ooh, but it looks like the 6 got a little bit loose right there coming out of turn 2. The 19 on the outside. That's what. Well, I mean, essentially just kind of watching the battle right here, waiting to see who's going to be the first one to crack. The 18 maybe starting to come back a little bit. Still on that outside here. The 6. Oh, I mean, it could just be a combination of, ooh, but it kind of hits the wall. But still, ooh, that's just Bristol. That's rubbing right there. But you can actually see that, I mean, that's probably the best battle on track right there. The only other battle is for P2, which technically isn't a battle. It's just kind of follow the leader at the moment. Number 96, back in P4 right here. He's also running that Packers line, I noticed. He's running like the low like dips the lefts into that gray stuff, drifts on up, and then comes on back down. So yeah, we have a weird notion of like the differing lines that you get a sense of for the entirety of the run, or this track, I should say. And you kind of have to like evolve the line as you go on. So like I personally like the line that like Packers runs on the long run, but on the short run. On the long run though, I feel like you have to like start like diamonding the corner, like almost to the wall, and then come on back down. At that point, like I feel like it's just a you just lose too much time.
Yeah. Like I was explaining a little demo, you want to try and get a straight as launch off without trying to throttle up while you're still turning. That's what screws out.
Oh yeah, right. Meanwhile, here is P2. Okay, still under pressure from the 24 right here. Not so much. Ooh, oh, hang on, hold up. I'm hearing something going on back here. Oh no, never mind. We lied. So still under pressure from this 24. Oh, give me 1 second. Anyway, so I apologize about that. The 22, oh, but he finally, I feel like cracks right there, gets up on the outside, gets a little bit tight, slaps the wall, that opens up the door for the 24, but using that high side momentum, goes and gets it done, actually. So, hey, shows that, hey, this 22 has the proper wherewithal to go and just defend his position like that. Excellent work from this 22. Again, has been the talk of the race. Absolutely showing on out at one of his favorite tracks. Meanwhile, Kalen's starting to come back here. Nathan, you've been seeing full well that he's making use of that high side, and that's exactly what I was talking about. The 96 and the 6 are definitely running that middle lane. But the 6 gets
Packers
loose.
got real loose.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like at that point you have to start running that high side and start getting that momentum. The 96 really tossed it on in there, trying to close that gap. But oh yeah, definitely that is one of those things that you definitely have to see.
I hate that it took me so long to get the car something stable. Feel a little sporty now. But that's how it goes in Bristol.
That's how it be sometimes.
You're off the 8 ball from the start, and then you're off the 8 ball for the rest of the night.
Alright, so let's see. 31 laps are left in this race, according to Kalen's stream. UK has checked out. I mean, as soon as he passed, it looks like to me there is half a track distance between P1 and P2. But again, late race caution that could change here. The 24 has been giving the 22 of Cade the Dale Earnhardt. The Dale Earnhardt tap here. I'm pretty sure that's like probably the 5th tap that he's given him. But that 22 is very stout. Very
really
stout.
In the 18 too.
Oh yeah, well, but that's exactly what happened with the 96 and the 24 earlier. Except that it was the 22 that was closing in. When they battle like that, oh! But the 22 just defending that position, much like what we saw with Packers. Oh, the 24 got put into the wall right there. That's going to allow the 18, the 96, the 19, the 6 to get inch a little bit closer. So yeah, we have a. That is, I think that's one of the reasons why I love Bristol so much. It's just classic short track racing. We actually had a conversation about this earlier in the Discord about Bristol, Charlotte, Darlington, and Daytona are like some of the best venues you can go to. And
Packers
in terms of, I'm sorry.
Packers got loose again off the team.
But that's just the long run coming out and sneaking up on you. Again, essentially, this entire last stint is a huge long run. I mean, you can make it on 1 tank of gas and fuel and tires. That's not a big deal. But you have to make sure that you don't spin. There's no mistakes. And that number 22, I guess, I just can't stress enough. Anyway, so with that, Liam getting really loose as I was kind of cycling through the field. I apologize for me not talking there again. I apologize. I'm texting someone. I know, right? I shouldn't text while streaming, but I'm sorry. It's kind of important. Ooh, 96 is loose right there. The 6 is going to try to get that spot, and he does. Oh, beautiful move by the 6 Packers. Oh, maybe going for the crossover. The 96 is going to toss it on down. Oh, but the 6 does a magnificent job to hold that high side. Whew, mamma mia, that was spicy right there. The 6 getting that job done quick, fast, in a hurry, but he gets loose coming out of turn 4, and that 96 is looking pretty stout. Okay, so I was doubting Kalen there for a hot second, but he is coming back to on this 24 and 22. Oh, mamma mia, that could have been really bad for both of those. Like the 18 especially, he saw that he dropped all the way down to P7 at one point, and same thing with Packers. He's been kind of hovering around the lower half of the top 5 there for the longest time, but he's finally starting to come alive. Oh, contact between the two Toyotas back there. I'm sure
Loose getting in.
24 is searching extreme high side to get that run on the 22. It's going to come down to, I probably feel like a lunge, and I would, if I'm Kate, I'm expecting it. 14 to go in this race, maybe even 13 at this point because of where UK is on track. Yeah, 13 to go right here. Again, UK is not worried at all about this. Like, literally, the only way that he would be worried is if he accidentally spun himself. Even then, he has a third of the, two-thirds of the track distance on everyone else. But I'll tell you what, though. We always play pretend, like, oh yeah, just imagine if so-and-so wasn't in the race. This would be a magnificent battle for P1. Just saying. Yeah. It's a magnificent battle for P2. But just imagine one spot higher if this was for the win.
I think UK just took 10 to go.
Well, we'll see if Kalen takes hits 10 to go this time. I guess, yeah. It'll be 9 to go this time with him crossing the line. Yep, so 9 to go right here for UK crossing the line. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those things. WRX Mike coming in here saying, damn, UK. Ooh, a 96 and T-Bird gets loose right there. And I think just with 10 to go, a little bit of lag, actually, from both the 96 and the 20 right there, but nothing too crazy. So, let's see here. There he is. So yeah, UK has absolutely been a straight up domination to this race. We have a big.
Just got super loose.
Oh well, that may just solidify P2 for Cade right here. That is probably the best news that he's had all night. Of course, he wishes that it would probably be a one spot higher, but, you know, after so many laps of battling...
UK taking
White flag?
4.
Oh, 4 to go, thank you. So yeah, with that, we have a... like absolute domination put on by the 14 here. 2 to go right here. Or sorry, 3 to go. I can't count. The 24, you can tell, is just really getting desperate. He's absolutely tossing it down. I'm going to be looking at this battle right here. This number 24 is looking for that spot. You can tell just how aggressive he's getting there. Oh, there it is. There is the tap to the rear bumper of the 22, but the 22 is absolutely planting his car in the right spot, but to the outside goes the 24. The 22 is going to have to defend. Oh, but the 24 hits the wall, but so does the 22. Coming to the white flag here, the 22 on the low side, the 24 on the high side. The 24 gets a little bit loose. That's going to have one more opportunity for it. He tosses it on down to turns 1 and 2. He's going to have to expect one more corner to try to get it done. He's going to just absolutely toss it, but nothing comes of it. And coming to the line, hey, that's a great podium. UK wins, Kate P2, Cyber P3, Kalen P4, Packers P5.
I'll tell you what, right there at the finish, while you were on board with Cade and Cyber, Kaylee got loose and brought Packers right up to him. They had side by side battle for the last two laps as well.
Oh, I'm actually seeing the margin right there, 170 versus a 238. BS P6, T-Bird P7, uh, Nathan P8, Liam P9, and BD will receive 10th place points. So that is P10. Yeah, that was an excellent battle for P2. Um, so yeah, let's go get these guys up in here. Um, all right, so I'm gonna mute myself for a hot second. I'll be right back. All right, apologies about that. But we are back. Um, going on through, like I said, the full results. Just one more time. UK is our winner here. P2 belongs to Cade. Cyber P3. P4 belongs to Kaylin. P5 goes to Packers. P6 belongs to BS. P7 belongs to B7 belongs to T-Bird. Big, unfortunate result from him. P belongs to Nathan. P9 belongs to Liam. So, with that, we are going to go and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, that is not right. Go to race now. So let's start with our P3 here. Cyber, we were talking the entire time about how you just seemed like you just kept finding yourself behind drivers. How hard, and we were talking about ourselves, but how hard is it to just have a clean pass on someone? Because it just seems like it's so incredibly hard to do, and you just kept finding yourself in that position.
That's the thing with this place, and you can probably sit in the same equal pairs as Darlington. I mean, it's hard to pass in both of those tracks, and yeah, that pretty much showed still about this place. The HendrickCars.com Chevy was really on point of an edge fast. It's just in traffic. It's so hard to get by people cleanly because you don't want to like get loose or hit them up into the wall, etc., etc. It's just I don't know. I'm just glad I survived this place because this is not one of my best tracks, and to get a top three out of it, I can salvage at least something out of that.
Well, P3 is definitely a big accomplishment at Bristol. That was a like the entire time we were talking about the battle that you had originally with T-Bird, and then it was you and T-Bird again with Kalen sprinkled on in, and then it was you and Cade. You were, I guess, just the epicenter, the eye of the storm for everything that was going on. So, but excellent, clean racing from everyone. A P3 is a excellent result on your season right here. Now, in terms of bigger picture, you're already into the Cup Season 2 roster. And I think T Bird is as well with his finish. So excellent job from you right there. Going to Darlington, you said yourself it's so hard to pass there. But however, you showed that you had pace in ERA there. Can you translate that over to MRL where it's double the distance?
I did have pace there last season when there was like no stages involved, so yeah, I should be a contender in that next Saturday.
Well, we're gonna find out now here as we go into I guess our P2 here. Of course, the fan favorite. I mean, probably has to. I mean, okay. I'll be honest with everyone watching. Cade, like I said, I have to go all the way to Logano for this. You messaged me before the race saying that you had issues, but it seemed like you had no issues the entire run. Was the car as good as it felt or as it looked? Good talk. Um,
I'm like, I can't hear him.
Cade, you
Oh,
with
I
us,
was
bud?
muted. My bad. I was muted. My bad. But I said looks are deceiving.
Looks are deceiving. Well, tell us about your race there, bud.
Well, I gotta say, Cyber, you made me try the hardest I've tried on this game in a long time. I am still shaking and sweating my ass off. So appreciate you not dumping me. By the way, so yeah, because I was loose. I was loose, off, tight in, tight, off, loose in. It was a mess. And like I said before the race, I thought I had no shot because I couldn't figure out how to save the right front tire. But it turns out somehow I found my old Bristol magic and pulled a second place out of my ass. So sorry for the language to the younger viewers. So, but
Well, I mean, that just shows that level of excitement that you have. The fact that a podium, I mean, a podium, you've even said yourself, is one of those hardest things to come by. And not since Daytona, back in the first race of the season, here we are on the tail end, and you return back to the podium. I mean, it's hard to come by, knowing that you said yourself you are so shaking, and the sweat. You had to go into full sweat mode
yeah,
there
I
at
did.
this track. But I'll tell you what, though. I'm gonna ask. Do you think? Because it looked to me, and let me know if I'm correct or not. That you had the long run. It seems like you were better than the 96 and 24 on the long run. Were those cautions kind of like back to back right there? Was that just like, oh, here we go, or was that like oh, this is my chance?
Well, it was sort of more of my chance to try to get in front of Mo Power, but I tried to hold him up that one run the best I could, but I don't know what he had in his car to hook the top line like he did, but I'd like to have some of it next time I race here. But I mean, the cautions, like when I was on the top, it was like, hey, I got a shot to get the lead for a little bit. I led a few laps, so can't complain about that. More points. And then the cautions is like, well, I got a long run car, so it kind of hurts me a little bit, but it's 50-50, 50-50.
50-50. Gotta take the good with the bad, right?
Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad.
Well, Bristol, you said yourself is one of your favorite tracks. You found so much success here, and that is just another good run that you pulled today. Starting in a very good spot, P2, sorry, P4
Yeah.
was where you started, and P2 is where you finished. Moved up that entire row. So excellent job
Yeah.
going into.
Then
Oh, good.
I was gonna say I really didn't think that I was gonna have a good qualifying lap. And then the last lap I hooked it up somehow, got up to P4, so it worked out. And then last thing I'll say, and then hand it over to the man that whooped our butts. I calmed down a little bit, got the PG-13 back into it. Is I'd like to thank my crew chief and spotter and the rest of my team back at the shop. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Well, I guess from that we have. Let's move on to our post race winner here. UK, that is two in a row right here for at least recently, and your sixth win of the season. Cade was the one that said it, not me. You dominated that race.
Yeah, but I was still back in my mind. I'm like, okay, when's that last caution gonna come out? Is it gonna be with 5 to go, like last few races, or what? So I
Well,
was just trying to get to the last lap before things happen.
Well, the fact that we have, the fact that it never came is already a step from last time we were here in Challenger. That allowed I guess the full length of that run, which was roughly about 80 laps or so, to go and show who had the best long run car and allowed for some great battles there at the end. Now, you said that you were looking for the caution to come on out. You would be hypothetically, I mean, of course, everyone would pit for four tires, and you would go and more than likely start on the inside. It seemed like you and the 22 were neck and neck. You were able to hook the bottom. He was able to hook the top. How do you think, hypothetically, of course, do you think you could have gotten it done or no?
Um, I mean, maybe. It depends on how nice I want to be in that point. If I
I
wanted,
would have pinched him. Nah, I'll say right now, I would have pinched him.
you would pinch me, then it'll probably not work out for either one of us.
Yeah, exactly. But I was just saying, I would have tried it.
But I feel like Dale when he was trying to win Daytona all those years and after all those heartbreaks, I finally got it done too.
Of course, that was the story going into the race. Is that every time that we've come here in the Cup cars, you have played. You finished second. Not like second to like oh like or you're like your teammate. No, straight up, you finished P2. So you were one spot short out of all the times we got here, and you were finally able to get it done tonight. So excellent job, first of all, on that. That is 6 wins of the season, and you haven't locked up the championship quite yet, but you do have a hand on the trophy. Um, I did make a note that this would be your 21st, correct?
Yeah, I'm getting old.
Getting old. Well, hey, don't get us started on us old timers. There are plenty of old timers in this series. But yeah, no, excellent job from everyone right here. Of course, I want to hear from you guys though. Any final thoughts before we close on out for the night?
Well, you said I had one hand on the title. Might as well put two hands because even if Cyber wins, I'm the car owner champion of that car, so I still get a part of that.
Oh well, I mean, of course that's gonna be the biggest thing right there. Of course, being the car owner, you guys have already locked up the team championship.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyone else before we close on out? Or
I'm good. Let's go celebrate at Applebee's.
well, there we go. We're going to Applebee's, guys, and with
I'm
that, we're
good
gonna
too.
close. We're gonna close on out for the night. And thank you guys so much for joining us for this Bristol race. It was a blast to watch. Yes, UK was finally able to get it done. Um, we had a bit of a battle going for P2 though. That was won by Cade and then Cyber finishing P3. Excellent job. Thank you, Nathan, for our in-race reporting, and we will see
Always.
you on the sportsman side of things. As we were just talking about, Darlington is our next Saturday stop. Well, they're going there on Monday, so who will tame the lady in black? We're going to find out. See you on Monday. Peace.